Hello and welcome to Game of Box Office. Today we will take a look at the box office run of The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies. Let's start off with some statistics. The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies was released on December 17th, 2014 in 3,875 cinemas and ran a total of 107 days until the last performance on April 2nd, 2015. The film was produced by Warner Brothers with a budget of $250 million and received a PG-13 rating. The film opened to $54.7 million and finished its run at $255.1 million in the USA and Canada. In addition, The Battle of the Five Armies made $700.9 million in the rest of the world, resulting in a combined total of $956.0 million worldwide. Most of the time, when the final installment of a movie series comes out, it earns a little bit more than its predecessor, just because of the reason that it's the final chapter from the franchise. Unfortunately, The Battle of the Five Armies went just slightly under the worldwide total of The Desolation of Smaug, which is a sign that the very poor reviews for The Battle of the Five Armies have affected the movie's performance very much. After a lot of people were let down from An Unexpected Journey, The Desolation of Smaug was released to very good reviews and the belief in the Hobbit trilogy was kind of restored for a lot of fans. So, The Battle of the Five Armies had a quite good starting point, with The Desolation of Smaug as the predecessor. When Battle of the Five Armies was released, Warner Brothers decided that the movie will have its opening day on a Wednesday, so the very high multiplier of 4.66 came together because of that. Also, the much lower opening weekend cube of $54.7 million in comparison to the $73.6 million opening weekend of The Desolation of Smaug and the $84.6 million opening weekend of An Unexpected Journey came together because the movie lost a little amount of box office power right out of the gates on Wednesday and Thursday, and because of that came in under both predecessors. To be fair, if The Battle of the Five Armies would have been released on a Friday, the opening weekend would probably have landed somewhere in between The Desolation of Smaug and An Unexpected Journey, but the final outcome would have been the same. The movie experienced a few steep drops, with 3 out of the first 10 weekends dropping more than 50% and some other were right on the edge to 50%. Another factor that supports the poor run of The Battle of the Five Armies over the long distance is the very short time the movie spent in cinemas. It took The Battle of the Five Armies only 107 days until it was pushed out of the cinemas, which is a very short run for such a big blockbuster release. So what can we say in conclusion about The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies? Of course, it is nuts to say that the movie did bad at the box office. A worldwide total of nearly $1 billion can, in no situation, be called a bad box office performance. Unfortunately though, we have to see the final installment of the Hobbit trilogy in another light, since it is part of one of the most loved franchises of the world. Therefore, it did okay, but nothing more. When you compare every installment of the Hobbit trilogy with one another, The Battle of the Five Armies is by far the most bad performer. The weekend drops are not that good, the time it spent in release is quite short, and the multiplier is just good because the movie was released on a Wednesday. If The Battle of the Five Armies would have grossed closer to $300 million in the domestic market and closer to $750 to $800 million in the overseas market, we would have called it a success. But that, however, did not happen. Overall, the Game of Box Office team rates The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies with the grade C+. Our upcoming video will be an analysis about Star Trek, Godzilla, or a prediction about Batman vs Superman. We hope you enjoyed this analysis. Be sure to hit a like and subscribe to our channel. You can also support us on the social networks listed below. See you soon. Bye bye.